Give me a break, man. It's too fast. Why do I even do this? It makes me so fucking miserable. Thank you. So fucking nervous I couldn't even alt strum that last chorus. So, real quick, why this score is so garbage and everything, at least considering, especially considering what I've been doing with the past few months. The reason I'm back on Xbox is the same reason. My brother just randomly gifted me a brand new Explorer. He said, I told him about my SG, how the whammy bar was broken, and my last Explorer I failed at soldering in new strum switches. And he said he just got recommended this on eBay. I don't even know how much something like this is, and just out of respect I didn't ask, but it couldn't have been cheap. So I'm trying to keep this thing in as good of condition as possible to keep its value. And so yeah, that's why I'm back on Xbox, and that's also why the score is so terrible, because not only, you know, if you've never used an Explorer, the back button is basically unusable for like high level squeezing, and the whammy bar on these things is also just absolutely atrocious. I actually cannot even believe how bad this thing is. I can't even get it to register whammy most of the time, like that first whammy sustain in verse 1. I just can't get it to consistently register star power. Anyway, onto this fucking piece of garbage song. I don't even have words to express how much I fucking hate this, and this game engine as a whole, coming back to it. Part of it is definitely due to me playing on CRT for the past year exclusively, since all my, I couldn't use any of my Xbox stuff. But there are definitely some serious problems with this game engine. Obviously everybody knows what a broken shitstorm verse 2 is, but those problems extend to so much more than that. Basically, verse 2 and solo B feel like a fucking slot machine. Solo B is like, it's a little different because the biggest problems I was having with it were, obviously related to those hopo followed by strum notes, and again, this ties back into, me just playing on CRT all this time. I never got used to how early I had to strum those notes. It feels like I have to strum those hopo strum notes like 5 notes ahead of time on my end, and I'm using a pretty low lag monitor. My video lag is like 10. My audio lag is about 60 because I'm running through external speakers. But trust me, like, it's really not like poorly calibrated on my end, and I know that because I still have a lot of misses from hitting stuff early. So it's definitely not just like strictly a calibration issue. It's just I really don't even know what to make of it, but it just feels so terrible to have to do those strum after hopos. And it basically comes down to like 4 different sections of that. There's the insanely fast, basically on top of each other, hammer on yellow into yellow strum after the fast strumming in solo B. There's the green hammer on into strum that's a little bit later in between some like trill pattern. And then there's of course the 2 red sections, the 2 red strums, and then the singular red strum after that. And again, I can't express how awful it feels to hit those sections on here. Like how early I have to strum these. It doesn't even make any sense to me. So yeah, this was fucking awful. I pray to God that this is the worst that this game has to offer. I'll get into that in a bit. The only other like marathon difficult song I have is Black Widow, and I'm pretty sure, like, yes, there are really shitty sections in that song, and a lot of them are fairly similar to the shitty sections in this song in terms of the problems with them, namely Red Hourglass 2B, which is the main reason why I never FC'd these two songs back in the day. But I don't think that it's gonna be nearly as much of a torture as this song. I really, really hope not, but I'm pretty sure just for my practice sessions with it that it'll be tough for sure, but I don't think it'll be like this. Yeah, again, that song, Black Widow, has way more difficult sections. Not like the individual sections are more difficult, it just has way more of them. They're more numerous. But that's not even the problem with this song. The problem is that the sections that are difficult in this just feel fucking random. And as a result of that, my anxiety playing this song is just through the fucking roof. It's every time I get past verse 2, I just feel so uneasy. And then in the middle of solo B, I basically just have to like blank my mind to get through that without overthinking or trying to adjust my timings on the fly or any of that stuff. It was just awful. I've been doing runs of this song for like 3 days now, and it felt like I should have had this 3 days ago. I started to get the hang of solo B a little bit, and verse 2, all of these things were just kind of happening in tandem with each other. And one of like my first runs, in the first 15 minutes of doing attempts, I got to solo C and I choked. And just looking back on that now, it's been 5 hours of runs since then, probably. Yesterday I thought for sure I was going to get this because something just clicked with me with verse 2 to the point where I was getting to the solo like 3 out of 4 runs, which is crazy and like easily should be enough to have finished one of them off, but I just could not deal with, I just couldn't get a solo B to work properly. All in all, yeah, this was fucking awful, and I'm pretty sure this is the hardest song in the game, at least for me, at least, you know, making this transition back to not only this engine, but transition away from CRT, and at the very least, I did not have any post-solo chokes, and for that, I just have to be thankful. Yeah, and I guess now I will just do a 1 star for that. Cool. I'll just do a quick recap of my progress with this game. It's a pretty cool score, honestly, on Black Widow. I probably won't beat it with an FC, so because of the Explorer, but yeah, that's the big one. Sure, there's like, well, I didn't even play this song, but there's gonna be small holes every now and then. I think like the big one, is like Deadfall, but as you can see, I FC'd Chemical Warfare back in the day. Again, I wouldn't put that in this tier. Like, yes, that song has some really shitty sections, but okay, so yeah, I had an overstrum on this song. It's not a big deal at all. FC'd that a ton of times. This is no problem. Yeah, Holy Wars. You Want Peace. Indians. There's one other song that's gonna give me a lot of problems, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm able to FC it at this point, but we'll get to that in due time here. Nemesis, Psychosocial, Ravenous, Setting Fire. I don't know if that's considered difficult or not. Speeding. God, that feels so good. And this is the other one that is going to give me a lot of shit probably, but you know, that's just, it's a strumming song, so I'm just notoriously terrible at these. I did a little bit of practice on this yesterday, and I do think it is within my, I do think it is reasonable. Yeah, none of these are any difficult, and there's like one other song I think you can still rock, yeah. So basically it comes down to Ties That Bind and Black Widow. And then outside of this, I mean, as far as like full series stuff goes, I don't really have any other difficult songs aside from I'm the One, but that is of course completely out of my reach for now. I've tried doing some right before my last Explorer broke, I was actually trying to rake strum for the first time, and I know that that's like really not super viable on console, but I mean, I might as well just keep trying it because it's the only way that I'm going to get I'm the One, most likely. Aside from that, there's like a couple GH5 songs, I think like the Peter Frampton song you get from beating career mode, and that's like its own thing. Like, I don't even know if I care enough to go through the entire career mode, but that's just an update on this game in particular, and yeah, that's about it. Thank fucking God this is over.